along with Grant Hill and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Allie LaForce, our reporter.
And I think coming back home is exactly what this team needed. They got roughed up on the road. It was a big wake-up call. I'm curious to see how they respond.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Here's Randall. Rebounded by Lopez. Lillard right side. Now Antetokounmpo. Last game with 30. It's blocked by Gobert. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Edwards. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two.
Anthony Edwards is a physical force. This guy has the frame and the game to be an elite two-way player.
The first one falls. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. Three-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
Here's Prince. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. 3 on the clock. Over Edwards. Prince can't hit. All right, let's go to Allie LaForce now, who spoke with Doc Rivers.
I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
And Allie, thank you for that. And the Timberwolves with possession. This game against Milwaukee here. It's their first meeting of the season.
In 2 games last season, they had a hard time against this team, both at home and on the road.
You know, they may have lost some confidence coming off those losses last year. They know their roster is similarly talented. You wonder if that provides extra motivation in this matchup this season.
And it's Gobert penetrating.
Rudy Gobert sees the lane and shows you I can put it on the deck and score.
Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Oh, that was nasty. A 2-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there.
Julius Randle.
Randle, good.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randle. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
Out to Lillard. Double team on Lillard. And Gobert with a block.
There is a reason his nickname is the Stifle Tower. Send it back, Rudy. It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Pass to Lillard. Up and over Conley. Lillard can't get it to go.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And, B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Now here's Lillard. A top-tier scorer, averaging a little under 25 points a contest.
That's his second make in 7 attempts. Not a pretty start.
Here's Conley, trailing by 2. Here's Randall. Here's Gobert. That one is off. Good work defensively by Lopez. To the wing on the left. Antetokounmpo, left side. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. It's Edwards on the wing. Consistent production from him, averaging around 27.5 points a game.
Oh, guys, the agility, the hops, everything about Anthony Edwards, so good athletically.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Pass to Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And good luck stopping that. Giannis just makes it look so easy.
Lillard fires away from way outside.
That's the end of the first
and at the end of one. A closely contested game so far.
12. The Timberwolves.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Here's Conley. No points yet. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, BA. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Back to Lillard. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Lillard outside. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Oh, Lillard laces in a 3.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. A contest in the West will see if the Timberwolves can please this home crowd. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season. Well, you look at last year, they just could not find their footing, guys, against this team. They dropped all 3 games during the season.
And in this matchup, last season, not one of the games went their way.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, so quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Edwards. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure we don't give him too good of a look.
Well, inside, Mike Conley has got to be savvy, and he is in that instance.
Here's Christie. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Shoots it. Wow, way off on that one. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Yep, that one goes in there. Gobert's got his second bucket.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Now, Coach immediately recognized the many talents of Kyrie Irving. One thing he pointed out was not losing Irving on defense. Coach said Irving is just as dangerous without the ball. We can't let him get behind us. We have to make sure someone is on him at all times. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. To the right side. Here's Gobert. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pass to Christie. Fires for 3. Gobert pulls it in.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing. The ability to alter shots on the perimeter, that was beautiful.
Irving attacking. Davis gets a wide open look. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Yeah, even though Davis can create for himself, you love to see him get set up in rhythm.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
All right, guys, the Timberwolves dancing. Make some noise.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. This quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And the wide Wide open shot from Reed. Bangs home the trifecta.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Outside, Davis. Back to Irving. From downtown. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And then Washington with the dunk.
You see, Kyrie never hesitates. As soon as he sees that open man, boy, it is on time.
Now here's Edwards. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Over Marshall. Edwards can't hit. Mavericks trailed by 6. High post, Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Back to Gobert. Here's Alexander Walker. Offensive rebound. That one doesn't drop.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Dallas, trailing by 4. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Dinwiddie's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Mavs. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
Wow. Here's Harden. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. And no good, had a chance to take the lead there.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Back to Reed. Off with the layup. Well, Daniel Gafford has carved out, Doris, a role in this league with his hustle, his intensity, and his rim protection.
All of those things you just mentioned, Kevin, are skills. He plays hard on both ends. Gafford can defend the paint. He's going to crash the glass. He's going to run the floor. Listen, figure out how you can fit and do your job.
Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Pass to Hardy. Here's Exum. Drills it from outside. Exum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Now here's McDaniels. And the rejection by Gafford.
Do not go up soft against Daniel Gafford. He will send it right back at you.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Conley with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Got a piece of it.
Denied by Dinwiddie at 6'6". He can send it back.
In for the Wolves, DiVincenzo.
Here's DiVincenzo. Last game we saw him score 13. Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Good to see a player going all out in the games this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Dinwiddie outside. Shot clock at 5. Shot clock reset for Dallas.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Randall's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Thompson up top. For the 3. Kept alive. Another shot. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Boy, there was some contact there, but Gafford able to use his size to finish.
Minnesota making a switch here. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
In the early going, they've been heat-seeking, very crafty at drawing contact to work themselves to the line.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
They get it back. Gobert. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Gobert's got 8 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Back to Exum. Dinwiddie for 3. And they get it back.
You have to respect the jumper of Spencer Dinwiddie. If you don't, he will rise and fire.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Stolen by Exum. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And it's Hardy with the jam.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Edwards can't hit. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Now, here's Exum. Jacks up a three. And that one released in time, but no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Mavericks lead by 2.
28.
From Target Center, back in a moment. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And the Mavericks call time here.
Guard it.
Your Timberwolves dancers. Give us a hand, man. You're a pop.
The Mavericks leading. Irving with it. Now defended by Gobert. To the left wing. Marshall inside the three-point line. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Edwards can't hit.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that on the inbounds play. Exactly the way they drew it up. Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
That's a two from Randall. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Randall's got 9.
Well, 9 times out of 10, that probably is a miss, but somehow he finds a way.
Back to Irving. Here's the 3. It's Clark with the rebound.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
And then Randall slams it in.
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
Over in the corner, Washington. The tray. A three-pointer is right on target. Washington's got his second bucket of the night.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Reed misses.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
From deep, Washington. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Fast break, here they come. Conley gets the bucket. And that's now 6 points for Mike Conley.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Irving, good. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
I'll tell you, they come out of the locker room, they are a step slow on the defensive end.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Now DiVincenzo. Still yet to score. Pass to Reed. Here's DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Randall. And Davis sends it back.
What a play by Davis. You think you can get it over me? Nuh-uh. Not on my watch.
Great positioning on the putback. And now it's a 9-point Dallas lead.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Down low. Here's Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Well, this is why Kyrie Irving can make a defense look bad. He can beat you with his scoring or his passing.
They get a hand on it. At the elbow, Randall. Here's Alexander Walker. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Pass to Washington. Nobody near Irving. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
The 3, Marshall. Headshot off.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-pointer tip. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Dallas calls timeout.
Please give a big round of applause for your Timberwolves. You can't lose.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. He said to them, keep building this lead, guys. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep working hard. Run our stuff. Guys?
Thank you, David. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Well, you can see Anthony Edwards trying to probe and create an opportunity to get off the dribble drive, sees that window, and exploits it. All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Pass to Gobert. Out to the right wing. On the wing, DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Irving. And he comes up with the deuce. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass. Boy, taking advantage and creating second chance points. Impressive.
And here's Washington outside. Right side, Irving.
Out of bounds.
All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. You take a look at the Magic.
You know, during the win streak, it hadn't been just one guy. The starters, the bench unit, the coaching staff, everybody's at the top of their game right now.
Yeah, and I don't see them cooling off anytime soon. I mean, it's going to take a very special effort to take these guys down when they're on a roll like this.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Orlando Magic. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Here's Suggs after Mikal Bridges' bucket. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Orlando grabs the miss.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Well, flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Towns with the bucket.
Towns attacks the basket with such a ferocity and never give up attitude. I love that about him, guys. Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Banchero. To the middle. And finished off by Banchero.
The assist. When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And, guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
And the free throw, no good. Clark, I know you'd agree, Paolo Banchero has certainly lived up to the hype, being the #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do.
Inside, Banchero.
Assisted by.
And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, love that. Banchero moves so well with and without the ball. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
To the left wing. Suggs looking around with the drive. Here's Carter. Second chance shot. It's Black in the corner. Banchero outside. 4 on the shot clock. And finished off by Wagner.
Wagner able to bounce to the rack and throw it down, and he'll do so just about any time he has the opportunity. Watch out now, when this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
From deep, Brunson. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Pass to Wagner. And that one, good. Wagner's got his second basket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
It's Hart on the wing. Misses the 3. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. 6-point game. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Exactly. They split the series, Greg. Two elite teams and conference foes renewing that rivalry tonight.
Now, here's Suggs. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. It's good.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time.
12.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Banchero. And he can't jam it through. And stolen by Wagner. And again, Orlando running the court in transition.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so it's the Orlando Magic.
14, the Magic, 24.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Magic.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
Magic leading by 10. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Overall, though, I think they've taken good care of the basketball. That's their first turnover.
And the Knicks making a change here. To the inside. Achua. The dunk by Achua.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand pull punch.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. The Magic again can't hit. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court.
24.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Here's Suggs. A three-pointer off the mark. Knicks trailed by 4. To the paint. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Virtually no way to stop Towns. He's extremely dangerous that close to the bucket.
Wagner left side. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Now the Knicks with it. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Carter right side. They need this one. And the layup is up and in. Carter's got 6.
When they get it to Carter Jr. down low, it's normally a fruitful trip.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Hey, Clark, no one covers the college game like you. And for new pros, what are the biggest challenges adjusting to life in the NBA and the play itself?
Speed and size, Kevin. I mean, that's where it really starts. You've got to be in great condition. But the speed and size of the players at the NBA level is unlike any other basketball you play. Everybody in the NBA is big and athletic. And things are just played and done at a much faster pace.
They are great, aren't they? Your Knicks City Kick.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Payne.
2 minutes remaining in the
Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
Orlando leading. Pass to Bitadze. Out to Harris. Orlando moving the ball around. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
New York ball.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. McBride with the ball. 11 points last game. To the wing right side. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Harris. The Knicks pull it in.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
.114 left in the first half of basketball. Payne gets a wide open look. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Harris looking it over. Robinson pulls it in. New York with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Bridges, no one around him. And they cash in right away with a quick shot.
27.
A legitimate threat to burn you from that mid-range. Bridges recognizes when he should take that shot.
Down low. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Payne.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Harris inside. Pass to Bitadze. Outside Anthony. Fires the 3. Robinson pulls it in. And Brunson has it in the corner. Now, here is Robinson. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
13 foul.
And that one misses. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
One your way.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups and matchups or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Let's hear it for your Knicks City Kicks.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
T-shirt time. We know you want one, so make some noise. Substitution on the court.
5 seconds left in the first half. To halt the run, Robinson with the block. And so it's the New York Knicks. With a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. 32. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard. And
26.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. The Magic trail by 6. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Prime time, big time defense from Town.
Right now, I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
It'll be a jump ball.
Here are the Magic now. Payne looking around to the paint. Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And he just goes from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And like a number of centers in today's NBA, Wendell Carter Jr. continues Clark to hone his three-point shooting.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, it's almost mandatory necessary for big guys nowadays to be able to knock down not only the mid-range jumper, but the three-point shot. Give credit to Carter Jr. for seeing this growing trend and then working to put it into his toolkit.
Anunoby, no good.
And, you know, that's their first miss after knocking down 4 in a row to start the half.
Here's Suggs. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Phenomenal positioning on the glass. Carter Jr. putting on his hard hat right there. Not afraid to get those hands dirty.
New York calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Now here's Brunson. Averaging 26 points a game, night in and night out, always a factor. From the arc, Brunson drops it in from the arc. Wow!
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
34.
And here is Suggs. He's got 6. Another shot. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's New York with it. New York leading by 10. Then Bridges jams it in.
Unbelievable. You think of Bridges as understated, not that flashy, and then he does that.
The basket counts.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Pass to Hart. Right side Towns. Shot on the wing. The second chance effort. Hart, no good. The Magic trailed by 10. Inside. And finished off by Banchero.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Timeout.
New York calls timeout.
Who wants a T-shirt? Making up food nightly. That was your next sitting answer.
.151 left here in the third quarter. Back to Towns. Some nice passing by New York here. Just 5 on the clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And one area where Brunson's improved is in the clutch. He's a monster in crunch time. Nice to have a player you can depend on in those key situations.
Tipped away. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this league.
The lead just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
New York Knicks, Mitchell Robinson.
54 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. To the inside. Brunson scanning the floor. Rebound by the Magic. Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
That's from...
Tell you what, I love when Suggs attacks the defense like this because he's so hard to guard when he's aggressively looking to get to the rim.
Here's Brunson. Banchero grabs the board.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
And then Carter with the dunk.
Carter Jr. has the talent to take over games, showing you how dangerous he can be right now.
Bridges for 3. He's off on that one. Now Wagner. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
1 second left. And it's in off the backboard. Brunson's got 9 points now, just the second half.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
With the score.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. It's the Knicks up by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Leading by 5. Anunoby outside. In the corner, it's Bridges. Here's Towns. Brings it from 9 feet away.
And a prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
Pass to Carter. Banchero, right side. And here is Suggs. Defended by Bridges. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball.
Oh, unselfish play from Bridges. Continuing to grow as a leader with plays like that.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Carter. Back to Black. And here's Banchero. 4 on the clock. And finished off by Banchero.
The assist.
Showing why he was drafted first overall, Paolo Banchero has been a hoop getter tonight.
Here's Anunoby. Out to Brunson. Brunson being aggressive.
Boy, he's been a different player here in the second half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
48.
Takes it inside. And Suggs throws it down. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 assists.
I'll tell you what, off the drive, Suggs vertical, really something to behold. Good luck trying to stop this guy when he comes at you like that.
59-50.
Here's Black. Banchero, right side. 8 for 11 now as that one does not find the mark. New York leading by 9. Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Right now, Towns is putting on a show. It's up to the defense to try to figure out how to slow him down.
Wagner on the wing. No good on the triple. And Brunson has it in the corner. Here's Towns. Out to Brunson. Takes a 3. Orlando grabs the miss. Here's Suggs. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Suggs has got 4 points in the quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Hey, you can see that former football player mentality and history on display with Suggs. He is fearless.
Knocks it loose. Bridges outside. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Bridges got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks.
Knicks lead.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
You know, something else that catches my eye is the fact that they have blocked a bunch of shots. I mean, the block shot total, extremely impressive. The defensive intensity, top level.
.131 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Anunoby. And another 3 for New York.
And, you know, this will be a big victory for them. They came out and executed their game plan, and what a huge win for the Knicks.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jalen Brunson.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Wagner left side. Here's Banchero. Good D by Anunoby. And so it's New York with it. Brunson, that's a 2-pointer. Offensive rebound. It's stolen by Banchero. And now Orlando on the break. And the shot goes in.
Carter Jr.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
From 18 feet away, here's Towns. It's Hart on the wing. Off target with his three. Suggs in the corner. Stolen by Anunoby. Here's Brunson. New York, no good that time either. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and
and welcome. To 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year.
For a team with their talent, it's a bit surprising how poorly they played in this matchup last year.
6 to shoot. Brunson misses. And Brown has got the ball here for the Celtics. White looking it over. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Now here's Brunson. He's currently averaging 26 points a game, a consistent threat.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. To the inside. Here's Brown. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
For 3, Bridges hits a three-pointer.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. I asked him about the star power that they're up against tonight, and he said, quote, "I'm not worried about the highlight reel plays. I'm worried about the relentless nature of that team over there. And the ringleader is Drew Holiday. He plays every possession on both ends of the floor."
And Allie, thanks.
First team foul.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Yeah, try as they might, the defense can't stop Porzingis inside. He's too tall and too committed. Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Inside. Outside Holiday. Back to Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
Assist from.
And given how tall Porzingis is, not many guys are going to block his shot, especially when he's this close.
And it's Towns with the power finish.
Tossing the pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
Outside Tatum. And the three-pointer goes.
Yeah, no hesitation, no overthinking it. Tatum just takes the shot.
And an Obi for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Knicks ball. Substitution for your Knicks.
1:41 left in the first. Outside McBride.
Miles McBride.
Over to the wing. Pass to Payne. Into the lane. And Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, it's not easy to keep a shot out of Porzingis' reach. He has such long arms.
Celtics trail by 4. Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. It's helped his efficiency. Now
here's Bridges. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Yeah, great anticipation from Brown to grab the steal and ignite the break.
Pass to White. Back to Porzingis. Robinson with a steal. Here's McBride. Rejected by Brown.
Great positioning and timing by Brown, using his athleticism to come away with the rejection.
Down low. Shot from 16. Bridges misses.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Robinson with it. Guarded now by Holiday. And stolen by Holiday. And Boston calls time here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
You know, sometimes you just don't match up with a team, no matter what you do. And it starts to feel like quicksand.
Yeah, it wasn't a close one. And sometimes that's the kind of loss you'd rather have because it really gets the attention of the player.
Make some noise for your Knicks City answer.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Hauser. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside McBride. To the paint. Here's Robinson. Nice D from Horford.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
First quarter with a score.
And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Knicks. They lead by 2. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job of just running their offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
Now here's Holiday. He came away with 14 points in his last game. And the basket is good.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades. Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
New York trailing. Pass to Bridges. Back to Brunson. Over Holiday. Brunson misses.
Big margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning. Brian, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Now here's Tatum. 7 points in the game. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Tatum inside. Pass to Horford. Here's Tatum. Clock at 6. Hart pulls it in. And an Obi for 3. They get it back. Now here's Bridges. Fires the 3. Pass to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. And another shot. Off the left rim and out. The Celtics with the lead. Holiday up top. No points so far. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The kick to Tatum. 4-3. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have the guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Here's Holiday. After the basket by New York on the other end. Horford, right side. Craig on the wing. Pass to Hauser. Now Tatum. Shot clock at 6. That's tipped. It's stolen by Hart. Here's the break. The kick out to Brunson. Towns has got room. He nails it. And the tie. Towns has got his second basket.
Well, with his mechanics and size, when Towns spots up, it's tough to disrupt his shot.
To the middle. And Horford gets it to go. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Now a timeout called by New York. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
Your Knicks City Kid. Make some noise.
Here's Payne. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Inside. Boston pulls it in. Outside, Brown. Hey, Jaylen Brown spikes it through.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home. Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
The kick out to White. Back to Brown. Launches a 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Here's Payne. It's Hart on the wing. Fires in the triple. Hart's got 5 points now in the quarter.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, it'll be Knicks ball.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane. If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Robinson on the wing. That'll count. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Celtics.
22. The Celtics, 24.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boston with the ball. 2-point game. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Here's Hart. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Hart got 9 points.
24.
Well, you have to appreciate how selfless Towns is. If you get wide open, he'll reward you.
Pass to Hauser. White with it. There's the three. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Brunson with the rebound. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Graham.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard-working competitor and an elite offensive player.
Out of bounds. Boston ball. Celtic substitution.
So it's Boston now.
Drew
on the wing, Holiday. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. 6 points for him.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
Back to Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that going to get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior.
Outside, Brown. Outside, Holiday. Left side, White. White coming through.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
Pass to Tatum. Fires for three. And again, Boston with the triple.
3 points.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Here's Brown. Oh, Brown inside. Hey, he's more than just a shooter.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
New York, again, can't hit.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Now here's Holiday. Yet to see a basket. Outside Tatum. Right side Holiday. Three-pointer. Kept alive. The kick out to White.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Outside Tatum. Tatum on the drive. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Vicious finish by Tatum. These coaches love when he's aggressive.
New York calls timeout. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, B.A., they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
For your Knicks City Kid.
Knicks trail by 7. Here's McBride to stop the run. And Porzingis with the block. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that.
First personal foul.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. To the paint. Tries a 9-footer. Robinson. Down low. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Here's Porzingis. Porzingis punishing inside.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Coach definitely wants to talk about their interior defense, which has not been impressive.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
Substitution. Torrey Craig.
Knicks trail by 9. Pass to McBride. To the paint. Here's Robinson to snap the cold streak. McBride with it. Anunoby on the wing. New York again can't hit.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Pass to Hauser. Back to Porzingis. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And he's such a big guy. Porzingis can just power through a foul and convert with ease.
Boston shooting their first free throw of the night. Anunoby on the wing. Give him 8 points now. White with a steal. Here's Hauser. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Boston now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Knicks trail by 12. Now Brunson. Boston pulls it in.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time.
Personal foul.
That's his third foul of the game.
Foul.
White with it. Outside Craig. Here's Hauser. Misses the 3. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
Here's Towns. Outside Brunson. The three-pointer off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And there's the foul. He'll go on Precious Achiuwa.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Outside Craig. White for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible. Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Here's Porzingis. Here's Hauser. Offline with a three.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Bridges looks so solid from the mid-range. Bridges understands when to rise up from there.
Pass to Brown. From downtown. Towns with a rebound.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Fires it from 18. Three-pointer, Bridges. Porzingis grabs the board.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Right side, White. He takes it in. Shot clock at 6. Nails it from 3. And the Celtics lead by 16.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And there's a defensive 3-second call.
New York ball.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
At the line.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. Talk about that. Try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding open.